Okay, why don't you just talk about the weekend in general? Right now we're sitting with 105 points in second place. How do you think the team competed, and your overall thoughts about the weekend?
So yeah, I mean overall, 105 or 105 and a half points we have right now. I think that's, that would have been enough to probably win it. I think any of the last 5 or 6 years, but it probably is not going to be enough today. I think we're in first right now, but if St. Cloud wins any of those 4 matches, they would take over the spot. So they've been, kudos to St. Cloud. They've done a good job putting things in their court and taking advantage and scoring a lot of points. So overall, I mean, 9 All-Americans. We're very pleased. If you'd asked me back in the fall, I don't even probably would have guessed we would have had a national tournament. So obviously to walk away with 9 All-Americans. Our one non-All-American is Josh Bortu, who's a 3-time All-American and was at least able to walk out with the Elite 90 award. So overall, very pleased with our guys, and obviously I think we left a lot of points out there. I think this team could have been very capable of scoring maybe 120 to 130 points and doing something very special, but definitely left some points out there, but definitely had some guys that really overperformed expectations.
Talk about the ebbs and flows. We got off to a good start on Friday morning, then there was a lull, then we came back, and then today came out a little bit slow, then came back. How is this compared to other tournaments or other NCAA championships?
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotional tournament, and that's something we talked about at the end of the day is we need to have some more consistency, through their training, through their competition through the year, because it's obviously going to lead to some more consistency here. And we were very up and down. It was kind of weird because it was so collective. I think that first round we walked off and jumped right in first. Second round we dropped to 7th. Next round we jumped back up to first, and then kind of sitting where we're at now. So definitely a lot of ups and downs, and that's just part of the tournament. There's upsets, there's things that happen, but again, overall I think there's a lot of positive to take away from it, especially with our younger guys. I think they really stepped up and showed that they can compete on the national level, and obviously a lot to learn from.
And then who maybe stood out for you this week and that maybe surprised you among the 10 guys that made it? And then looking ahead to next year, most of these guys are coming back, so how excited you are to already look towards next year?
I'm talking about some guys that stepped into this tournament for the very first time, like a Nick James from Kearney High, a freshman and comes in All-Americans in his first tournament. Kind of moving up, Wasser, he was part of that crew last year that was his first national championship and it got canceled on him, so obviously he had something to prove and was able to go earn All-American status for the first time. Terrell Garraway just missed out on qualifying last year, was able to go win the region this year and again go get on the podium in his first tournament. And then Austin Eldridge, someone that we were debating on where to put him this year. He was a 74-pounder. He was a JUCO All-American, 149 pounds, and then comes in and gets 4th at 184. So, I mean, that was way above kind of what our expectations was, but he kind of really showed where he's at and what he's capable of. Joseph Reimers, first time out, again, freshman, All-American, 4th place, and just on a tear. And he beat the defending national champ on the backside and just put up a lot of points today and dominated a lot of guys, scored a lot of bonus points. And then Lee Harrington also, same thing, first time out, first tournament, and goes and shows he's the 4th best guy in the country, and he's probably 1 or 2 points away from beating anybody. So those are guys that obviously it was their first time. So those guys, obviously I'm very pleased that first time out, were able to go step on the podium and show that they were hungry and can compete at a high level. Not that I'm not obviously also pleased with our guys that are returning All-Americans. Matt Malcolm becoming a 4-time All-American, so that's obviously an impressive feat as well.
And then going into next year, almost the entire lineup, thanks to, with the COVID year, everybody's coming back.
As of right now, yeah, that's the plan. Is everyone wants to come back. We obviously have a very senior-heavy team. Guys like Josh Portillo, Wesley Dawkins, even Jonathan Killingsworth, who was out on injury this year, Sam Turner, Matt Malcolm, Jacob Wasser. All those guys, they want to come back and compete again. As of right now, that's their plan. So barring any injuries over the summer or anything, this team should relatively look about the same. So obviously we're going to be probably in a similar situation next year, and hopefully maybe walk out with the team trophy.